So we're the Jukebox Heroes, and here's our final presentation.
Hey everyone, we're the Jukebox Heroes. So as you know, we were tasked with designing a mechanical music maker for Fed Day. And we wanted to share with you our 5-phase design process. So the first phase of our process was to ask questions related to our task. And so we asked, what is it supposed to do? Well, we knew we needed it to make music. How will we know if it's doing what we want? If it plays a song with verifiable notes? What could keep us from making it do that would be choosing maybe too difficult of a song. And how do we test our design? Well, we decided to test our design by periodically playing the device as it was constructed. So moving on to our brainstorming process, first we asked ourselves, well, what should we make? And we were choosing between a jukebox, a record player, or a music box. We all decided that a jukebox just wasn't feasible, so that left us with a record player and a music box. Eventually, we all agreed to just merge the two ideas of a record player and a music box and create one device out of those. So next step is our planning phase, and this is a diagram of our initial project. And our initial project implemented circuits and speakers, but since we didn't really know anything about circuits, we decided to move on to this design. In this design, you can see that it takes the shape of a record player. It's 100% mechanical and no speakers were required. We would just use a disc to strike an old piece of an old music box to make music. So in our creation phase, first we gathered our materials, then we deconstructed the song's notes, which happened to be Africa by Toto. And then we went to the makerspace to construct the frame. And once the frame was built, we used the deconstructed song to make a disc that would strike notes as it rotated. So here's a short little video of me testing the device. So now I'm going to hand it off to my teammates to share with you our analysis and improvements that we would make, as well as our results at Fed Day. Hey everyone, we're the Jukebox.
So some of the design challenges that we faced and how we addressed those challenges. So we had a couple of challenges that we faced throughout the entirety of the developmental process and actually creating the device itself. One of our first challenges that we originally faced was our original design was way too complicated compared to the design that we have now made for Fed Day. Our original design had circuits and a speaker involved in it, and all these different processes was not something feasible for our knowledge at the moment. And we realized it was just going to take way too much time. And so for the time constraint that we had, we made our now design where it was a combination of a music box and a record player, which was a lot more feasible and easy to make for what we had at the moment. We're circuits is just too much information at the moment. And then another challenge that we faced was the song that we originally wanted to put into our music box was Toto by Africa by Toto, which this song was transposed in the key of F, and the notes that came with our music box was in the key of E, which the notes doesn't line up at all because Star Wars main theme was in the key of E and Africa does not equal that. So now we had to pick a different song that was based off that original key of E or transpose Africa. And we originally decided to try transposing Africa, but even then those notes, you can't put a couple of notes at the same time. So we ended up going with Don't Stop Believing, which was also in the same key of E. So, but when we went to do that, another challenge that we came into facing was two of our prongs in the music box ended up breaking. And these tones were actually the low note tones. So the beginning portion of Don't Stop Believing does not play because it's all low notes. And we played it and we're like, oh no, what song can this be? And we originally came up with Runaway by Kanye West, which is the song that played on Fed Day. But having these challenges was a little thing that we had to completely address in the middle and overcome so that our project was a success.
So Fed Day arrives and we're all feeling pretty great, and we all think that we smashed it out of the park. Our presentation was phenomenal when we're presenting to the judges, and it was pretty good. We're making the judges laugh. We try to sell them our product. One of them looked like they wanted to budge on it, but they didn't. At the end of the day, we didn't place, and we were very disappointed because of that. We felt like because of the competition that was sitting alongside of us and what we presented and how we presented our project, we felt like we should have at least placed a bit. So we also think that there's a little bit of there's a conspiracy going on. But other than that, we felt like it came out all right at the end of the day. We're a little disappointed, but we were proud of the work that we put in.
Yeah, just like Solid said, like overall, we were very satisfied with how our project turned out. Our goal was to create a mechanical musical maker, and as you can see pictured, that's what we did. So we were very satisfied in that instance. However, if we had to go back and do it again, we would make a few changes. Firstly, we would start the project developmental stage a little earlier. So if anything did go wrong, which a couple things did, we would have time to fix it and it wouldn't affect our final product. Secondly, we try to focus more on the visual and design aspect of the project a little more. The music device itself worked great and produced the sound we wanted. However, we would like to add a little more visual aids that would make our project stand out more and a little more appealing. Lastly, we would like to make our device a little more user interactive. At the Fed Day event, the majority of devices that did get selected had a user interactive aspect to it that allowed the people walking by and the judges to interact with the device. So if we would do it over again, we would definitely add that aspect.